30 minutes just because of a personal conflict I have. So
if we go 30 minutes every time, it works. But I have a meeting right after that, then, or I'd have to leave early for that. I can't miss that one. Let's see.
Sure, that's fine. If you just want to hit that SurveyMonkey link, I'd appreciate it, just so I can get feedback from everyone.
Server. It's like, where was it? I can't find it. Oh yeah, wrong server.
So the new time will be half an hour earlier?
That's what I'm proposing. If the large majority of the team can't meet at that time, then we'll figure out a new time. But I figured that would be the least impact to everyone. It conflicts with the community AMA, but typically, from what I've seen, no one in this group attends that anyway, or at least be able to hit the first 30 minutes of it. So anyway.
That works actually better. I thought you were pushing it back, not forward, or wait, whatever.
Yeah, I don't nomenclature. Push it back, push it forward. It's going to be 30 minutes before the time currently, hopefully. But anyway,
it works for me. Yeah.
All right.
I just gotta find that freaking. Which channel was it in?
The GIVeconomy channel. It's like toward the bottom of the Discord.
Okay, I was in the wrong ones. Gee willikers.
Awesome. So cool. Thanks for everyone for joining. Today is August 19th, and we've got about 22 more minutes to talk. So let's quickly go through this. Intentions for me are to catch up with last week and talk about all the epics, really. My distractions, meeting coming up. Awesome. And Giant Can, I'll pass it to you, sir.
I'm just trying to keep up. Distractions, I got lots of them. I can't even list them all. But I got nothing else. Katabe?
Yeah, maybe intentions. Bring again the topic of the Fox stream. How much are we going to charge, and if we are? And distractions. Not really. Well, I mean, a couple of things in the background, but that's it. And I pass it to, sorry, Jess.
You said yes, Kotabi, or Jess?
This time I said yes. I will say it, but go ahead, yeah.
Okay, so then after I'll pass to Jess. For me, similar, I'll just want to keep myself up to date with the projects here and no distractions at the moment. And regarding the pushback of the call and the timing, both way works for me, ChatFi, so no worries on my side. I'll pass it to Jess.
Awesome. I don't think I heard anyone else join, so we will go ahead and keep it rolling. So yeah, again, Kotabi, thank you for running last week. I'm glad to hear that there was some good discussion around Yas's discrepancy that she found. So from what I read, it seems like some of the devs are pulling from the back end and I was curious where the other information would be pulled from if it's not from the back end. Like, are we just using spreadsheets, or was your question answered, or is this still pending, I guess, is my overarching question here.
Well, for my side, it's actually pending. I haven't managed to get a hold of Fabio. I mean, Lauren did warn us that it might be difficult. But do you guys, by the way, have his Discord?
I have his Telegram. Do you want that?
I have his Telegram as well, but I was wondering if the Discord is a better channel. I will try to push more this week. Maybe by the next week call, I'll have more updates on this, and then I will just write the comments in GitHub about it.
Okay. All right, that works.
I also wrote on the forum, kind of like invited their team, Luisa and Fabio, for a meeting to discuss this point. And regarding your question about backend, I think that there are several layers of the backend. And for example, if they call a function of like donations made, that's, I mean, that cannot be super clean because apparently some people can call that function and it doesn't necessarily mean that really the donation went through or it was verified. So there are several layers, and Monique mentioned this from the very beginning. So we just want to make sure that kind of like they're taking the right ones.
Yeah, I think one source of truth is typically the best way to go. I've run into this issue with different things like Power BI, querying different databases, and I think just as an organization, we need to agree on where we're pulling data from to avoid discrepancies like this. But yeah, I guess so we'll keep us posted on Fabio. So he's super active in Balancer. I would not be surprised if be able to find his Discord channel or his Discord just from like the dev channel on Balancer Discord. I think that's his main gig. But yeah, other than that, all I have is his Telegram. But anyway, I'll see as well if I can find his Discord handle for you and send it over. But all right, moving on. Token swaps. I don't think there's been a whole lot of movement here, partially due to me. I'm just now getting back to where I have some free time to give to Giveth. So Balancer has been kind of in the icebox, so to speak. So no huge movement here. Yeah, I don't really have anything to report out on this just yet. Obviously, the forum posts seem to get some good support. So like I said in the last meeting we attended, it's really just a matter of engaging the DAOs now and really, I guess, evaluating, if I could say that, their tokenomics, just to make sure there's no super inflationary mechanisms. Well, worse than, of course, our own. But cool. So that's pretty much all I have from that. Kotabe, I think I'm just going to start a side channel with Yumi and Freiheit, where we can kind of just coalesce all this information. But yeah, I guess with that, if you have any updates on Bankless, I guess now is the time. If not, I will move on.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I think I grabbed too many things on the last couple of weeks, and I need to start letting go of some, or finish them and kind of like refocus.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. Cool. So I'll start that channel just to kind of get some momentum behind it. But yeah, nothing else on that. I did move some stuff around here, just so everyone's aware. I moved the honey swap into the backlog because they're still having that internal debate about their treasury management. Ichi has stayed in the backlog. Yes, I think you had a call with them. Do you want to talk to that at all?
No, unfortunately, I didn't have time. I was fully occupied with this BitDAO post with Lauren and the girls, and then just publishing it around.
Yeah.
But I'll put it on my tasks for this week.
Sure. No, definitely that was the priority. So thank you for prioritizing that. But I will make a note that pending this week. Cool. Let's see. What else do we have? I moved the DAO land into the icebox. I'm not sure if Freiheit's with us. He's not. They don't have a token, so I don't think it's worth talking about right now. Agave and Dowhouse. Dowhouse said no. And Agave is, their tokenomics are kind of crap right now. Or we're still recovering, I should say. Cool. And Gitcoin, still waiting on Griff to add B and Freiheit to that call. He is busy with Burning Man, and I think he's running his whole camp, so I've been trying not to bother him. So it's in progress, but no progress made yet. Cool. That's all for the token swaps. Does anyone have any questions before I move on? Alrighty then. So the Angel Vault, I don't think we really need to talk about this anymore. It's up and running, and it seems to be going well. And I think all the incentives are in place. So I'll leave it here for now, but I'm probably gonna end up closing it here soon. Nice token, also up and running. Lots of dev work going on in the background. And this one, I think, Katabi, you were gonna do an NR vote. I went in there this morning and didn't see it. I'm not sure if you got to it between the time I checked and now. Do you have any update on that?
The vote for what? Sorry.
The POAPs. Is that tied to the nice token? I can't remember.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go do the energy vote for the bounties, which is related to, like, the bounties budget is going to be related to the POA, and it will be. I will post it actually right after this call.
Awesome. Cool. Whenever you create that vote, just shoot me a DM and I'll put the link in here.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Thank you. Cool. Let's see. Also, I was looking around the nice token swag this morning. There's still no bucket hat, and I am livid. I need to ping someone about that. I really want one of those bucket hats. All right. This have grown. Oh, awesome. So, yeah, that forum post was definitely comprehensive and very well written. So, well done, Yas, on that one. I see you put a comment in here this morning. Would you like to speak to it?
Yeah, sure. I mean, huge kudos, especially also to Lauren. She's not here, but also Sim and Suga, who were very helpful in writing the post. And I have been publishing it around in the spaces of BitDAO. I managed to kind of establish, let's call it that way, contact with some members at Wind Rager and share the post and some additional information with them. So far, no response, but I'm gonna give it a day or two to see if these guys are gonna respond or not. I've been in touch with some members from the BitDAO who have been interested to see our discussion evolve between the two DAOs, and some of them are suggesting that we should or we could potentially, as a next step or plan B, just continue discussions with some other angel investors, some other private investors, and if there is an interest there, then kind of connect it to the BitDAO community and kind of have like a co-investment deal between the two. So I'm also I noticed that there was a new DAO, Africa DAO, as I mentioned last time, got an investment from BitDAO. And there is a lot of contact, both from the investment side, from the partner side, from the project management side, that I'm also trying to add on Twitter, LinkedIn, and all over, and establish a contact with them as well, and see if I can get some leads from any of them. So I will keep this GitHub thread updated as soon as I have more information, and fingers crossed. Let's see what will happen.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely fingers crossed. This is really cool to see, and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions for Yas, or any questions about the Medium article that got posted? Cool. And yeah, like always, Yas, if you need any support from team members in this call, feel free to reach out either to me or directly to anyone that you think can help.
Sure thing. Thanks, guys.
Cool. I believe that is it. The UMA is still, we're kind of just, it's the same spot where we're just waiting on VCs to be interested, to kind of pique their interest in that. Unless you have another update, I'm pretty sure that's kind of where we're at, right?
Sorry, chat, I couldn't hear. Can you repeat?
Yeah, absolutely. As far as the UMA success token, I think we're just waiting to pique the interest of an investor. Is that correct?
Same story.
Okay. Good deal. I think that is really it for today. And again, I apologize for the abbreviated call here, but hopefully we'll be able to spend a little bit more time on these. And I have some time this week, so really excited to start on the balancer. I know that's been a long time coming, and definitely apologize that that's taken so long on my part. But life gets in the way sometimes, and I appreciate you all being patient with me. Awesome. So, oops, what is this? After calendar meeting time updated, let me know. Oh, this is Jankin. Awesome. Thanks, man. I'll definitely let you know. And again, if you want to head over into the Discord and go to the GIVeconomy channel, there's a SurveyMonkey link. If you could just give me a yes or no, I would really appreciate it.
I only get on the Discord. I was trying to get on the forum because you said something about a new post in the forum, and of course it's on GitHub, not so.
Yes, yeah.
I don't hear GitHub, so it's like I didn't even think of it. Anyway,
yeah, definitely bouncing around a bunch of different platforms, but I don't know if I'm able to share Discord. I guess I am. Look at this. So it is Giveth, GIVeconomy, and right here. So if you want to hit that link, it'll just take you to this question. I already answered it, so it's going to say if you do it again. And it uses cookies. So if you're in incognito, you can vote more than once. Please don't do that. But cool. This is where it's at. I appreciate you guys being flexible with me again. And yeah, I think that's it for today's call. And if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out to me directly. But otherwise, I appreciate the time today, and I will talk to you guys soon.
Oh, you guys leaving? No.
You've got 5 minutes, Mitch. What's up?
See you come in.
Oh, you're leaving now?
You've got 5 minutes. What's going
You
on?
got your... Okay. Sorry, I'm just in the middle of trying to leave today. Okay. So the first thing I wanted to look at is these designs that David Baxter made at the Blockchain Learning Academy for GivePower.
See him?
Let's do it here. All right. You can see my Discord.
It's loading. Okay.
Here we go. So there's a couple of things here that they made based off of information that I gave them. And they want feedback and they want to make more. And I think eventually they want us to pay them to make more. So I wanted to show you guys this and kind of see what you think about them, like in terms of like how useful you think they are.
Sure. Can you expand? Can you expand them?
Yeah, sure. Let's look at these. So this is like one from like a wireframe that I gave them. Rodri already made like a super pimped out version of this one. So I think Kotabi might have already seen it.
Yep.
And then they've got more that are just like specifically for Give Power. And, you know, they're okay. But in my head, I'm thinking like we could probably just make these, you know? I don't feel like this is something we need to outsource, but I didn't want to make that call myself.
If they're only wanting 510 USDC on it,
Yeah, you know? But it's like me going back and forth with them and then them going back and forth with their designer, making sure things are on brand. Whereas like, you know, looking at, where's Rodri?
Yeah, doing it with somebody already that just does it. Yeah.
Like Rodri does that, you know, by comparison.
And that's already internal, so we're good.
That's our in-house design. That's me and Rodri going back and forth on a Figma file and like, you know.
My opinion is we're good.
Yeah, I was speaking from personal experience, going back and forth with third-party designers for marketing content is a big pain in the ass, and it is not worth the time. It is it can, unless you have like just a rock star third-party designer, which we have in-house already. I don't think this makes sense.
Okay, cool. Good. I wanted to get your feedback on it because I was basically thinking the same thing.
I think they look really good, but the fact that we already have an in-house designer, you know.
Yeah, why would we pay somebody else to do them?
Yeah. Unless he's super busy, in which case, you know.
Yeah, and none of this stuff is super important. Like they're nice to haves, you know. They help the onboarding. Okay, cool. And what else? Sorry. So you need to leave in a minute, Chadfi, right?
Yeah, you're welcome to stay on and talk with everyone, but I've got to leave here in about 30 seconds.
Maybe just something to munch on is that the Enter Give is running out of Give to pay people with or to reimburse Griff for. So we're not running out of money, but we're running out of Give in the Enter Give to fairly compensate Griff for the payments that he makes. So not putting the panic out there, but something maybe to chew on is how to improve our revenue streams. And I basically would like to, after Burning Man, introduce some fees to our platform to start buying back Give.
Here. Let's go. I've had this conversation with Katabe and Lauren already, and I say we start a brainstorming session. Maybe we use this space as an entire day of just let's sit down and brainstorm for an hour. But on that note, I think that's a great idea. I'm going to drop, guys. Thanks for joining, and I'll talk to you soon.
Sure. If anybody wants to stay on, I can go over some ideas I already hashed out. Or if people need to leave, they can leave. Yes? No?
Go ahead.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, let's look at this. And we'll do. Damn. So I was just like I want to break even. Just throwing down some random stuff. Yeah, it's a good. Some random notes I had. The obvious one is adding fees to donations. You know, the strong argument here to adding no fees to our platform is that we're creating like a really novel concept and we're being super philanthropic. But the end of the day, we're having to sell our token supplies to investors and VCs. So, you know, what's the lesser of two evils, having fees on the platform or selling our governance power to VCs? So with that, you know, leveraging a 1% fee on donations. Currently, we're spending about 2 million Give on salaries every month. So if the Give price goes up, obviously that amount goes down. But at that rate, we would need about 15 million in monthly donations to get it 1% at 1% to cover our monthly salary expenses, which is a lot. And like, you know, we're not expecting to get that right away, but if we can start offsetting some of that and buying back Give, that'll be huge. So our active average is about 100K a month, and that would bring in about $1,000 per month that we would buy back and Give. After that, looking at taking a cut of deposits into Give farms. Maybe Giant, Ken, you've seen this, but I think the average I've seen on some of these farms is like 4%. Some of these like DeFi, whatever you want to call them. More often than not, they're zero, but if they're not zero, it's like 4% is what I saw during DeFi summer, as you will.
Okay.
So, I mean, that could be one strategy, and that could give us up to 68,000 Give bought back, based on some investigations I did on the GIVeconomy analytics.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. 4% seems high, but 1.5 doesn't seem like it would be much at all. So I don't see an
Yeah,
issue.
1.5 is what I've 4 is what I've seen back in like the DeFi boom. 1.5 is like, okay, that's not too bad. And so 1.5 based on deposits made from July 1st to August 1st, that's about 6.8 million Give that was deposited. And so that would actually net us like somewhere like around the 80K mark, actually at 1.5%. After that, if we have a successful enough buyback program, we can start moving the collateral ratio of 1 Give from 80% DAI to 20% Give and start paying people in 1 Give. So that's just some stuff to munch on. Open to more fee structures there, but you know, the fact is that the main problem is that the success of Giveth as a platform doesn't actually translate to the success of the DAO. And that's because we have no revenue streams that come from the successes of our platform, right?
Which I didn't know. I thought the Give Farm stuff actually already had the fees in there. I had no idea they weren't there. I didn't look that
There's
close.
nothing.
Wow. Yeah, that
There's nothing.
definitely needed something.
Yeah.
Especially if you're setting up for others.
Right? So, I mean, our donation volume has been going up like quite a bit. And the problem is that like our platform is becoming more successful, as in like we're getting higher donation volume. But that doesn't actually mean that like we're like Giveth is actually growing. You know what I mean? Like we're not
Money. We don't have any income, roughly.
exactly. So there's no feedback there. So that's my TED talk. I don't know if Katabi or Yas, anything to add?
No, just I mean I think there's a lot to mention. I really want to kind of like I would love to have as a chat suggested kind of like have 1 hour to really discuss on this and dive deep. I know that there is also a big part of the team that is kind of like zero fees. It's like our brand or part of the branding. Um, I understand it more for donations. For farm, I also think that we like at least for farms, I do think that it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, kind of like in defense, I do understand the need for it. I understand like all your points are accurate. So yeah, I just want to kind of like talk more about it. Sorry, go ahead, Jack.
They all make some sense. Adding fees suck, but they also that's how we go, right?
I mean, that's what makes us sovereign, right? Because I mean, if the end of the day we have to rely on investors and VCs,
Right, we're gonna lose. Oh yeah.
what's worse?
Yeah, I
So
think that's the question.
yeah, there's obviously a lot of governance that we're gonna have to dig through, and there's lots of debate, but I wanted to throw that out there before I leave for all of you to kind of munch on and think about.
For the regen farms, if you did the 1.5, would that you didn't put that number in there? Do you know offhand?
Regen farms, I couldn't find any. I don't think it's included on the GIVeconomy analytics dashboard. I think relatively, like the deposits on there, I think are relatively small to like the volume we see on the Give Garden, for example. But yeah, you could factor in those there. We could assume maybe we would get a couple more thousand Give bought back at the end of the day, but
it still doesn't get us back to 100,000 a month though for payout.
yeah, it's like 150,000 DAI a month. So I mean, we're okay, but we really need to start to think about like how we're going to make this sustainable.
Oh,
yeah, and I'm super motivated to figure this out because I mean we've got a great product, we've got like stellar designers, we've got a GIVeconomy that's just like badass as hell, but yeah.
Just a question on the governance and voting part. Isn't it possible that we can just, if it comes down to selling our tokens to VCs, just give them the token without the voting power?
You would have to give them a different token. There would be a lot of a lot of technical like workaround.
Well, ideally, my idea would be to really use this UMA success tokens with the VC part. I guess it's kind of like a loan option anyway, so there's not going to be any like governance issues, and we have to mint them. So that would solve all our problems. But if there is a VC potentially that insists on the Give token itself and they don't want to go with the success, then that's another question.
Well, at the end of the day, even with the success token, we have to give them Give tokens, right?
Yep.
When that option expires.
Yeah, because one success token is equal to one or more of the original, the underlying token.
So
yeah, but
later on, we're going to have to give them Give tokens when the option expires.
Span of like whatever years, and by that time, I guess like the project will be growing so much that giving out that many Give tokens would not cause any troubles in terms of our governance. And then our market cap has increased by then.
Yes, so that solves some of the problems, but the problem is right now we're spending a huge amount of Give tokens and we have no immediate revenue streams to start buying back Give, to start recollecting that Give that's already been sent out there.
Yeah.
So that's the immediate problem, and that's why we should start thinking about what our buyback programs are, if any. And so then like the short term or the long term success of Give means that like our DAO treasury grows and that we're able to like pay people and our team is able to like to expand essentially. So VCs and investors help, piecemeal and it's a constant battle, right? I'm sure yes, it's like, you get some funding and then that runs out and then you have to go look for more funding, whether having revenue streams baked into the system will at least help us out in that sense.
Have you guys, is the bond system, was it Olympus bonds? Have you guys looked at that yet? Anybody?
I heard of it, but
well,
I've seen other projects that have Olympus DAO's bonds, but I'm not so familiar with how they work.
what I'm not real good at explaining things like that, but it's basically again, I have to use Shapeshift as an example all the time. They had several bonds, but one of theirs right now is they're getting USDC back by buying the LP from a user. So as a user, I set the LP up, and then I have it for a month or 3 or whatever, and I want out. I can actually sell it to the system and get a little extra back, and Shapeshift gets a little bit of a different platform, the USDC in this case. So
Mhm.
it's
Those are great. Those are
it's
great. And,
interesting anyway.
you know, I think those are great in addition. And we're going to have to think about how we sell those to people, right?
Right.
So
That's what I was thinking.
I
Maybe we can
think
do
all
it
of those are great
reverse.
options. And also like capturing the value that's already existing on the platform, right? And so
It's a no-brainer.
to me, the donation volume and the give farm, I don't know, volume or deposits or whatever, somewhere along there, that's already happening. And so
The product we definitely should be charging something for. Like I said, I
Yeah.
was already there.
Yeah, I'm having such a trouble also talking to VCs that they always ask, so what is your revenue stream? How do you make money? And so why should we give you money and what are we getting in return? What will be the valuation of the product in a couple of years? And these are questions that I cannot answer. So it's a very hard sell, very, very hard sell. And I'm really for having this model, like this 1% fee or whatever fee that we can make some revenue stream. It's really crucial. I'm really happy we will open this discussion. So
yeah, it's going to be controversial, but I mean, we see the wall fast approaching, so we have to make some really tough but important decisions.
Yeah. I'm not like,
Go ahead, Gotami.
I think definitely we should discuss on all of this. Just on the side of VCs, for example, or investors, I think that in the spirit of decentralization, if we can find right value aligned investors, it's also not such a great evil to have investors if we've managed to
No,
find the right value aligned one.
but they're band-aids, right? They give you money, you spend it, and then you need more.
well, I mean, depends what would be our plans in terms of like breaking even or reaching that circular economy model eventually. Until we reach a point that we don't need extra money from external sources. So that depends how we're going to kind of forecast our vision in terms of our finances. But we definitely need to reach a point where we will not need to be relying on investors as much and just use it for our growth phase until we are so big that even like a small fee on donations and other tokenomic projects that we will launch will help us just survive on our own.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, I agree with Kotabi. I mean, like they don't need to be, like we don't need to look at them as a force of evil. There is like so many impact VCs out there that are actually giving money to projects like ours. But as soon as we tell them, oh, we don't have like a revenue model, it's very difficult for them to justify that within their committee team.
Okay. Anyway, I think I've given you guys sufficient things to think about. And this document is in the GIVeconomy working group, and I'm leaving this totally open. Like, let's just start like spitballing stuff in there. And yeah, we'll have to obviously come back at this when there's more people.
Yeah.
To
Thank
make
you, Mitch.
some. Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Mitch, for this. I'm personally happy to see it happening.
Yeah, listen, I've been a broken record about this for like a year, so I'm glad you guys are coming around to this because Lauren, Griffin, Willie, not so much.
I'm kind of surprised. I mean, it doesn't make sense not to.
Yeah. The other thing is, I talked to Kotabi about this when he came over for dinner the other day, and this was funding the matching pool. So we have a Giveth matching pool that people can donate to at donation.eth. Also, the fees from setting up regen farms in part go to this pool. But damn, it's been slow. It's like this thing's been open for like 4 months and it's got like 12 grand in it. And the program doesn't start until we have $500,000 in there worth of tokens. So gonna be a while.
What does that one do?
This is like a matching program. So basically we use different metrics like before Give Power, we'll look at like donation volume. After Give Power, we'll look at a combination of donation volume to that project and their Give Power ranking. And basically, like the top ranked projects will be entered into a round where donations made to their project will be matched with funds from this Giveth matching pool. So it'll be kind of simulating the same thing that Gitcoin does with their Gitcoin rounds, their grants rounds. So, but the thing is, we need money in there, and so to start it. So, it's kind of underperforming, and it's kind of been pushed on the back shelf because of Give Power and Nice and all these other things. I wanted to look at trying to propose to some of these big dogs here a public goods router, which would just be maybe a smart contract or just like giving them like a stream that they could take to donate some of their swap fees to or admin fees. And obviously this is pretty big and it's a big ask, but I think there's an appetite with these platforms that have too much money to give like a fraction of a percent to public goods.
I love this idea. I really think that if we manage to kind of like tap on whichever percent of other protocols, like trying to help. I know that MakerDAO right now has its own project that it's donating to one organization directly, and I think there is an appetite, as you mentioned, Mitch. So.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the idea. I think that the matching fund is super important, especially in the context of Give Power. Like, why will people would like to have more Give Power and more backers? Well, if I think that a lot of what people why people are attracted to Gitcoin is because of the matching fund, and so we will capture way more people if we have our own funds to redistribute, and we will nudge them into the journey that we want them to take, like having more backers and making the communications to having more investors to later have that become GIRBs if we give them more of a matching fund or more of a fund for having more Give Power. I actually I'm sorry, I'm maybe not being super structured about all my comments, but I think that the ranking or the Give Power should have a bigger weight on this matching pool, and then it might make more sense to have another name rather than matching. But I don't know. These are just ideas.
Yeah, I mean, it was branded as give matching, you know, so it'll be like a supplement on top of the give backs will be a separate thing that donors will get, but then give matching will be like another pool of funds that that are given to the project and not the donor.
No, I understand, but so I think that what we want the project to do is to have more tokens locked behind the project.
We want more give power behind them to increase their ranking.
and that decreases our exposure to sell pressure of the token, because then the donors are, or the guys that have the like the token holders are locking the projects for more time behind the project, and we decrease the sell pressure on the give token, and we start preparing them for like investing in GIRVs. And we
Yeah,
want to know
that's
that.
fine. And the whole system is built. I'll just drop this in there. The whole system is built so that we can like easily control the weight between donation values and average give powers
Yeah.
to affect like their total ranking. And I think you did take a deep dive into this, Kotabe, at some point, or maybe it was vesting.
I think it was vesting, but I also had some ideas for this. And basically, I think that we need to give more weight to give power, in my opinion, for the ranking and for the matching, because that's how we are going to make give power. That's how we are going to make token holders lock their tokens for more time on the project, and projects are more
That's
interested
easy.
on having that communication.
That's it. That's easy though. That's easy because you have these two different parameters here.
Mm-hmm.
And so like these are just like proposals that you can use to simulate. So I
Yeah.
mean if you turn this down to 0.5 and then we bring this up to 1, then at some point something is supposed to change. There we
I will
go.
play. I will play with it and bring my a more coherent narrative of everything that I'm saying.
That's fine. Again, I'm just spitballing stuff for you guys to think about for the next couple weeks.
Yeah. No, but this is great. I love it, and I think this is a way where we can start getting big bucks and big money on projects, and then that
Mhm.
projects and that attract donors, and it can be a virtuous circle.
And tying this into our previous comment, the Giveth project will be eligible for this Giveth matching pool as well.
Nice. Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. These are my 2 rants. Thank you both. Thank all of you for listening through that. Is there any comments or questions, I guess?
Well, my only comment is I can get behind this, and I can support. Maybe it makes more sense to do it like after Burning Man. Like, let's chew on it and let's make a good proposal. But I mean, if we want to grow this matching pool, I think that we need an owner or kind of like responsible. And
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I mean, I'm willing to own it. Like I made the spec and everything. That was kind of my intention, but it got put on the shelf with Give Power.
yeah, but not only the spec, also kind of like, I mean, if you're a project that is trying to raise money, you have to do communications for it, and you have to kind of like have donor relations and all these things. I think that it would be nice to have an owner for these, kind of like as a project owner.
Okay, cool. What were you going to say, Giant Kin?
No, I'm. I was good. I love it.
Okay.
I don't know about the matching pool stuff. That's beyond me a little bit, but I'm definitely backing the what's the category? How to break even tab.
Okay. Yeah, I get you.
Definitely add it at least to the regen pools that we set up for others. That's yeah.
Cool. All
Just
right.
a quick note on that, like regen farms and regen pools do have a fee for the DAO itself, but it can also, I mean, it could have the fee for the DAO and the fee for the usage. I am opposed to it.
Yeah. We charge that once on setup, right? So it's like per case, right? Every time they want to set it up and if they want to extend it.
Yeah, and also talking about that, like, sorry, uh, we are going to so I'm going to make a firm proposal on Shapeshift, And do we should we charge the same 5K? Should we charge 1K? Should we charge the 2%? I think that it's still good to signal that it needs work. I mean, it will take time, so we still
Mhm.
should charge a fixed amount.
Like 1K plus 2% of their deposits?
I think that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, let me deposit first, but yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Anything,
Well,
even a 0.5%, a 2%, I mean, something. I thought, like I said, I thought it was there. I didn't realize it wasn't. Or can you do it?
So this is talking about when the DAO adds more tokens to their farming program, like adds more rewards.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
take 2% of the rewards that the DAO deposits and put it in our treasury.
I got you. Yeah, that part's
Yeah.
okay too. But I meant on the user level, it's like adding 0.5% or something in there is what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, I would say at least 1%.
What, and some kind of number, or I don't know if you can take it off the back end as they get rewards or something. Harvest every time you harvest. I don't know. Big brains. That's all.
Okay.
yeah, I'll back that. I back that, especially for the farms. I think that makes sense.
Okay. I've got to start packing and go to the airport.
Have a good trip. Be safe.
So thank you all for listening to me, and I look forward to both of these.
Thanks for all the work.
Enjoy the journey.
Thank you. See you guys.
See you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.